Welcome to Ideaplex, where creativity meets technology.
What if you could create an entire video game world just by typing a sentence? Not just a visual, an actual playable world with doors that open, water that ripples, and shadows that move with the sun. This isn't science fiction, it's real. And it's called Genie 3, DeepMind's newest and most jaw-dropping advancement in artificial intelligence. Developed by Google's AI research lab DeepMind, Genie 3 is what's known as a world model. That means it doesn't just process data, it simulates how the world works. It understands the behavior of objects, the laws of physics, and how environments should respond when you interact with them. And for the first time, that understanding is something you can play with. Not as a static image, but as a 3D world you can walk around in, climb its towers, hear the thunder echoing through the clouds, see the wind moving through the sky, then change the prompt. A forest at sunset where the trees sway in the wind. Within seconds, Genie 3 reconstructs a brand new world, all in real time, all completely interactive. There's no game engine, no human developer scripting the behavior. It's all being generated on the fly by AI. It's DeepMind's most powerful interactive world model so far. You give it a single text prompt or even a still image, and Genie 3 generates a playable 3D environment in seconds. And unlike previous models like Genie 2, which could only create short, fuzzy, barely interactive clips, Genie 3 gives you multiple minutes of smooth gameplay at 720p resolution, running at 24 frames per second. But what makes it truly mind-blowing is that it's not just rendering graphics. These worlds actually behave logically. You can move objects around, leave them and come back, and they're still there. That's object permanence. The shadows shift with the light, the physics feel natural, and it's not pre-programmed. These aren't hard-coded effects. This is learned behavior, emergent simulation. Now, let's talk about how it works behind the scenes. Genie 3 was trained on massive datasets that include gameplay footage, video clips, and simulations of physical interactions. It uses a transformer-based neural network, kind of like what powers ChatGPT, but trained to understand not just language but space and time. It learns patterns in how the world behaves. So instead of rendering every object in every frame like a traditional game engine, it creates something called a latent 3D world, a sort of internal mental model of how things should behave, and then projects the visuals and physics based on that model. Imagine it like a dream, but one that you can move through and control. So what exactly can it do? Well, the features are seriously impressive. You can interact with the world in real time, walk around, look around, even use a keyboard or controller. Objects have persistence. You move a chair and it stays moved. Environmental effects like rain, fog, wind, and light all react dynamically to your position. And here's the kicker. You can change the world on the fly. Just type a new prompt while you're playing and the environment shifts around you. It still has limitations. Each session only lasts a few minutes, so you can't play for hours just yet. It struggles with fine-grained object manipulation like picking up small items, and multi-character interaction is still limited. There are occasional visual glitches or awkward animations, and even though it can simulate a lot, it's still far from building long-term, coherent game narratives or worlds with deep logic. But even with these limits, what Genie 3 represents is something big. It's not just an AI that makes things look good. It's an AI that simulates cause and effect, planning, reasoning. The foundations of general intelligence. In other words, this could be one of the building blocks of AGI, artificial general intelligence. Because if an AI can learn by interacting with a simulated world, it can start to develop the kinds of reasoning skills that we humans learn as kids by playing, exploring, and trying things out. And what comes next? Well, picture this. In a few years, you might not need Unity or Unreal Engine to build a game. You might just open up a Genie-like tool, type your idea, and start playing. You might not browse the web, you might walk through it, explore content spatially, customize your surroundings with your voice. And AI could adjust the experience in real time to match your mood, goals, or interests. We're talking about a future where media is not just consumed, it's generated for you, by you, and with you. Development of world models, which are AI systems that can use their understanding of the world to simulate aspects of it, enabling agents to predict both how an environment will evolve and how their actions will affect it. World models are also a key stepping stone on the path to AGI. since they make it possible to train AI agents in an unlimited curriculum of rich simulation environments. Each of these models marks progress along different capabilities of world simulation. Genie 3 is first world model to allow interaction in real time, while also improving consistency and realism compared to Genie 2. Achieving a high degree of controllability and real-time interactivity in Genie 3 required significant technical breakthroughs. During the autoregressive generation of each frame, the model has to take into account the previously generated trajectory that grows with time. For example, if the user is revisiting a location after a minute, the model has to refer back to the relevant information from a minute ago. To achieve real-time interactivity, this computation must happen multiple times per second in response to new user inputs as they arrive. In order for AI-generated worlds to be immersive, they have to stay physically consistent over long horizons. However, generating an environment auto-regressively is generally a harder technical problem than generating an entire video, since inaccuracies tend to accumulate over time. Despite the challenge, Genie 3 environments remain largely consistent for several minutes, with visual memory extending as far back as 1 minute ago. Genie 3's consistency is an emergent capability. Other methods such as NeRFs and Gaussian splatting also allow consistent navigable 3D environments, but depend on the provision of an explicit 3D representation. By contrast, worlds generated by Genie 3 are far more dynamic and rich because they are created frame by frame based on the world description and actions by the user. In addition to navigational inputs, Genie 3 also enables a more expressive form of text-based interaction, which we refer to as promptable world events. Promptable world events make it possible to change the generated world, like altering weather conditions or introducing new objects and characters, enhancing the experience from navigation controls. This ability also increases the breadth of counterfactual or what-if scenarios that can be used by agents learning from experience to handle unexpected situations. In each world, we instructed the agent to pursue a set of distinct goals, which it aims to achieve by sending navigation actions to Genie 3. Like any other environment, Genie 3 is not aware of the agent's goal. Instead, it simulates the future based on the agent's actions. Since Genie 3 is able to maintain consistency, it is now possible to execute a longer sequence of actions, achieving more complex goals. We expect this technology to play a critical role as we push toward AGI and agents play a greater role in the world. Genie 3 could create new opportunities for education and training, helping students learn and experts gain experience. Genie 3 is a significant moment for world models where they will begin to have an impact on many areas of both AI research and generative media. DeepMind and external experts view world models like Genie 3 as essential to achieving artificial general intelligence (AGI), since AI agents can learn and plan in dynamic virtual environments before acting in the real world. Genie 3 is DeepMind's first world model that enables minutes-long real-time interactive simulation from text prompts. It delivers object permanence, environmental dynamics, and prompt-driven updates within generated worlds. It's currently not publicly available and has real limitations, especially in duration, action complexity, and real-world fidelity. Yet, it's a major milestone in both generative simulation and embodied AI training. So, here's the big question. If you could build any world with a single sentence, what would you make? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns like this, where we dive deep into the technologies shaping the future, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. This is Ideaplex, where ideas come alive.